so much mailbox. Holding no punches back. Eggs. Get your mask on. A sock full of flour. Pop you up, your head. Money right.
Cash, money, ma move on up. I got that mask on, ready to pull a fast one. Can't see me now, wish you could be me now. Can't see me now, wish you could be me now.
Light them candles, get the mood right, the seance on. Put the hex on you, that's right, it's next on you. I can't believe my sights, I can't believe you right. You put a hold on me, just like a heroin clutch. That must mean, oh, you love me so much. Nah, they using you, so abusing you. Bet they won't pay for your bail when you up in that jail. And your commissary beat on the low, no dough, you putting that work in. Now they steady jerking. I'm super free, I'm so 120, yummy. Nowadays, niggas talking about they drippy, but they bummy. Should I just style on them, get stupid, wild on them, flex? What's next? I can show you way better than I can tell you. And I smelled you from a mile away. I smoke a pound a day. What's your life like? Better make that price right. Keep it nice forever, juicy like them platinum treasures. Save the cup for the featherweights. We doing this so heavyweight. Get the cheddar lucini, that guap, stack it to the top, 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 stack it to the top. Come on,
cash, money, ma move on up. I got that mask on, ready to pull a fast one. Can't see me now, wish you could be me now. Can't see me now, wish you could be me now.
It's so evident.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm Dr. Dodger Perry. I got MFC. It's that time. We are here. How's everybody in the family? MFC. What's going down this morning? Yes, we have a Carly Russell Finesse lies. Folks, not another Smollett. You know Jesse Smollett. You remember that?
Yep.
That Loney set us back, and we have another one trying to set us back, MFC. What is going on in the world that we live in?
And the thing is that you were skeptical. You and Big Freeze the other day was skeptical, and I was like, no. You know what? Let's wait till we get everything out, and I was still holding out hope because so many people get kidnapped, male and females, as we see all the time, and some people don't make it home. Some people do. It's so this is really bad. This is definitely bad, and
very bad.
And not only did they have the cops, the community, I mean, everybody came out there, but you also had the Secret Service, you had the FBI, you had all different agencies that jumped into this, and all the information that they put out so far, it's bad. So
let's not jump the gun because some people might not know.
We won't jump the gun.
As of now, Carly Russell, has been shown to be, somewhat of a fibber. I wouldn't call this a white lie. I would call this a multi-color lie because she's gotten a lot of people looking real funny. A lot of people looking for her. Check this out.
Developments in the Carly Russell case. Hoover police just released new details in her disappearance.
The 25-year-old vanished on I-459 Thursday evening after reporting a toddler on the side of the road. ABC 3340 Stephen Quinn is at the live desk with the latest. Stephen.
Muriel, Hoover Police's new information is raising serious questions about the details of Carly Russell's disappearance. Police now say that they have not found any evidence of a toddler walking down the interstate. As we are told, Carly reported in her 911 call and subsequent call to a family member. Police also tell us that Carly bought snacks at the Target on Highway 280 after leaving work. That food wasn't found in her car or with her cell phone and wig, which were discovered at the scene. Surveillance video from Carly's neighborhood also shows her walking alone prior to arriving back at her family's home. And on that night, police say a 911 dispatcher received a call of a woman unresponsive but breathing. When first responders got there, though, police say Carly was conscious and speaking. And as you see there, a news conference is scheduled tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Police say they expect even more information about this investigation will be made public. ABC 3340 News will have a special report and air the news conference in its entirety on air.
Yes, not a good look, Carly. Not a good look at all. Yeah. But I think for a reason, MFC, they're not coming out with everything. They're not disclosing everything right away because it's making a lot of people got to do the double face. So, sometimes people want to say sorry. don't want to, admit that they knew, because I think they knew well ahead of what they were letting the public know. Just because you got to remember, law enforcement certain deals with the press where they want to juice a story the most. You know what I'm saying? You can get more bang for your buck. You get the sympathy. Not to mention, this puts the Black community back a bunch of years, because that's why I pointed out with the Tawana Brawley situation. So now when you see, okay, people in the color community, okay, the Black community, for example, they say, well, you're not giving the same type of light to women of color that are getting assaulted. Things like this will be put up. We went over and beyond, and look what happened. Because that put a red flag first, because I seen how much press she was getting. I was like, hey, hold on, what's up with this case? And then that's when I realized how flimsy it was. That's when another flag goes up, like, hey, is something behind this? Because sometimes there's things called plays. They put plays in place, and they let people go for it, especially with things dealing with our community. It's sad that we're treated this way. We're not treated equally, but it's just cases evidence.
But this one, they was definitely on it, and it just, things didn't seem right from the get-go. And when they started looking, I honestly believe that when they saw how the car was going so slow for that long a distance, and that covered the time that she was on the line with 911, that put up flags for investigators right away. And then,
but also, remember, it was a gate, and the truck had to go past. It was something that didn't make any sense. I forget exactly what it was. It was a whole bunch of things. Like you mentioned, the search. Once you hear the searches, these are searches that you're not just gonna look up on your computer. I'm not gonna look up how to cook a rat, something like that. Something just out of the blue that you're not gonna do.
And the public didn't know this until recently, right? That information wasn't brought out about what her search was right away.
But that's
but people were suspicious, right? They were suspicious because how come nobody else put in a call regarding a toddler on the highway? And you could see from traffic, there's all these cars. And her statement was because the 911 operator did ask, were there other vehicles there? And she said no. But you could see that there's all those lanes, there's cars, there's traffic. But anyway, the thing is, and when I was doing a little bit of research, she has a bachelor's degree in psychology.
Yeah.
Besides, now she's in nursing school to be a nurse. Okay. And, so, in of course, psychology, it's human behavior, things like that. And then, like you said, by them doing the deep dive of her phone and the searches and stuff. So that's, like one of the searches was how to take money from the register without being caught.
Yeah. Now, here's the parents. Here's the parents before, she was caught. And I want to show you before and after so people can see the different, behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Giving, just joyful in nature.
She's a fighter too. She's joyful and she's laid back, but if it's a chance for her to put up a fight to try to save her life, she's gonna do everything she can to put up a fight. And I was telling my husband and I were talking today, she was just so happy, or yesterday, she was just so happy all the way up until I talked to her at 9:19. She was just so happy. And anybody that knows our daughter knows she loves food. And the fact that she was willing to give me her meal because they left her meal off meant a lot to me. And when she got home, I was gonna give her a big hug and tell her thank you because I know you love your food.
Wow. Yeah, that right there, and that
see
seems
that
like
you can hear a parent, you can hear a mother's pain. You can hear a mother's pain. But it's only my opinion, okay? Remember, we all have opinions. My opinion is you look at that, and then you look at later when they do that interview at home where they get paid.
Like,
to me, I mean, just so much joy.
This morning, in an exclusive sit-down with NBC News, the parents of 25-year-old Carlee Russell are speaking out, describing the moment their daughter appeared on their doorstep after being...
This what you was talking about, MFC?
Yep.
We tried to
when they did it inside the home. Yep.
Because she was not in a good state. So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her. But it's okay.
Last Thursday, police say Carlee called 911 to report a toddler walking alone on the interstate. She pulled over while on the phone with a family member who described hearing Carlee scream.
Her vehicle's unlocked, running, all her personal belongings except for her phone.
On the scene, police found no sign of Carlee or a child, and they say no children were reported as missing during that time period. The Russells waited in agony until Saturday night.
There were actually just so many calls and texts from people who maliciously lied to us. I just didn't know people could be so evil.
Authorities have not indicated where Carlee was during the 48 hours she was missing.
She was clout chasing, allegedly. Yeah, that's what I come up with, MFC. This was a big clout chase. It was a big clout chase, and it blew up, and it got too big, and she ran out of money and Cheetos. So what she did, you know. What you said, MFC? You went off. You got that Japanese Wi-Fi again? Good morning, Sky Swizzy. Yeah. Somebody got that messed up Wi-Fi still. You can't come on here with that messed up Wi-Fi, MFC. Yeah. Let me find out. We got another Jussie Smollett in the building, I guess. I don't know. It's definitely not looking good. Not looking good for the peoples. Somebody's
StreamYard.
Yeah. Blame it on the rent. Blame it on the rent.
No, it's a little backup thing, I guess, with StreamYard.
Yeah.
Or what happened? Her parents declined to share what their daughter told them, citing the ongoing investigation.
And can you tell me what happened Saturday night? Did you just get a knock at the door?
Anything leading to the case itself, we can't discuss that.
But they say speculation about the circumstances surrounding Carlee's disappearance are only making things worse.
She's having to deal with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
Her family now urging the public to let the investigation play out, but mentioning an abductor. Her mother asking to read a brief message to the public.
Carlee has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
NBC News has reached out to the Hoover Police Department to ask whether they're looking for an individual involved. Police have just said they're following up on all information provided by Carlee.
And what?
I don't know. I smell something fishy. Yeah.
Well,
that don't look right.
And then later on, you have I think it's the mayor or the chief of police comes and he mentions for the community that for no one to be alarmed or worried that there is still a kidnapper out there, an abductor they call it. Okay, so that was like the kind of cue words that basically said, we still can't say everything yet because, like you said, they're still putting pieces together, but they already know from the front end exactly. And then the other part of it is remember, now this is what they're claiming. Remember, in the beginning, you heard they first said, oh, she was dropped off in front of her house. Then later on, it changed that she was in the woods. She walked out. She escaped. She walked out, and she was working barefoot. But then later on, it said that in her socks was found $127 in her right sock. So I don't know. But the thing is that this technology, there's ring cams, there's all kinds of street cameras and stuff like that. And that's what these people, that's what the law officials are doing. They're backtracking the back end of the story. You know? So that's the other question. And then, you know, there's a part where what she did tell the police at the hospital was that, you know, the guy came out, a white guy with reddish hair, a little balding in the back, came out of the bushes and grabbed her and took her over the fence and then put her in an 18-wheeler truck. Okay. And then again, it's like, wait a minute, you know, to get someone over a fence, if you let them go first, then you go, that's the time to flight. Okay. But look, everything's different. So we weren't there. We don't know. But again, okay, in an 18-wheeler, she also claims that while she's in an 18-wheeler, she could hear a baby crying and she could hear a woman's voice, okay, because she never saw the woman, she claims, and the guy, okay. But in an 18-wheeler, that compartment is separate from the cabin.
Yeah, some of them.
And also, well, 18-wheeler, yeah, and some of them have the engine, so you really can't hear that, you know, like that. But anyway, and then they said also because it was so hot in Alabama, you know, being in an 18-wheeler, you're gonna cook, you know. And then she claims at some point that she was able to escape, and then they got her, and then they put her in a vehicle, and they only blindfolded her and didn't want to put restraints on her to bruise her. Okay. So again, it's just different things that now that they did the front part and these guys found out all this other stuff, it looks shaky for them. But again, they didn't really release it yet until I think it was yesterday or so that they did a full thing about the front part.
All right, we're gonna play a little bit of what Tariq Nasheed feels about this case. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Started to go into, well, we got to do something about all these missing black women. So now the white mainstream media started to pick up on this story, which is very rare. Black women get abducted, black women are missing all the time, but the white media picked up on this story. And then they started kind of boosting the narrative of, well, black women missing. A lot of black women go missing, and a lot of stuff doesn't happen when black women go missing. So now everybody's looking for this sister. The brothers and sisters down in Birmingham, shout out to Birmingham.
Shout out.
They're looking for people on social media, black folks speaking out against any possible abductions. People really spoke out with this story. So suddenly, the Carly woman shows up at her parents' crib just out the blue. She just walks up to her parents' house. The story gets strange. She shows up at her parents' house. I don't know. I don't think she had no clothes on. She had on no clothes and some socks, and there was $130 in her sock. And she had a box of crab legs with her. It was something real weird. And then the family started talking weird.
You always got those.
They started talking very vague, which started raising people's antennas.
Mm-hmm.
The family was like, oh, we glad we got our baby back. We can't talk about the details now. We can't talk about what happened, but we just glad to have the baby back. Right there raised everybody's antenna. Why can't you talk about what happened? That makes zero sense.
But it's a lie.
Because now the family knows that there was a finesse. This whole thing where we can't talk about it. Why the hell can't you talk about it?
Because it's a lie.
You show up out the blue and you ain't saying nothing about what really happened to you.
Nobody's
saying nothing. The family's very, very vague, which threw everybody off. Yeah, she had $175 in her sock. On some weird ass nonsense.
Put the money back in the stock.
Yes, the kidnappers. She had this crazy story about the kidnappers gave her some graham crackers. It's some crazy as cat shit.
Mm-hmm.
So listen. So now people are questioning this story. Now people and a lot of folks are kind of, in the middle, like, hey, what if this has happened? We shouldn't minimize what possibly happened because so many people jumped out the window for this sister as far as this story, because so many Black women do come up missing. So now the police, they wait and do a press conference. So they're being very coy with putting out certain information. They don't want to come right out publicly and say it was a finesse, which they know it was. But they come out and say, well, there's some questionable things about this story. Well, the Homeland Security got involved and, they did a search of some of her Google search inquiries. And she was searching like, how can I steal money from a cash register? How to fake a kidnapping. It was something weird. She's Googling all of the stuff that they got all on file. And that's another thing you should raise your antennas about. The people at Homeland Security, they sit up here and monitor the stuff you look up online. That's another thing. They sit up and monitor everything that you Google. All right. Just be very aware of that.
Take notes.
All the stuff you're Googling online, these people are sitting up just watching all of it. No, it's this one. No, she sat up here like talking about the movie Taken, just Googling all of this stuff about kidnapping and all right before she gets kidnapped, she's looking up how to hide how to hide in the bushes. Just real weird ass stuff. It was, people are saying that she was trying to get back at a boyfriend or whatever. It looked like a big old clout chase. So yeah,
she definitely.
Basically, this was a finesse. This was a con, and unfortunately, because now people see what this is, this blowback is going to hit Black women and Black people as a whole. Because now this is going to minimize serious cases. And let me tell you, she Googled, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" I mean, the niggatry is on a whole different level. I lived in Birmingham. I grew up around that kind of, there's a certain type of niggatry down there that y'all don't even know about. I grew up in
I second that one. Shout out to Birmingham, Alabama. Yes. But hey, it's not that much far missing in New York too. There's some bright ideas in New York, boy. I've been seeing crime lately, MFC. Well, let me take that back. Crime all over. Okay,
yes, all over.
You got crime all over. Doing this,
and this is something else that they're talking about, and because now, of course, people are very upset. There's been not only a lot of time, but a lot of people have put money. They've donated to this cause and stuff like that.
Oh, she's going to jail. She's going to jail.
A lot of stuff. And then plus the parents took that interview that did at home, and they were paid for that interview.
Oh, they got paid. Oh, shit.
They got paid. So that's another issue. So now the thing is that the mother, she's a real estate agent, and the father is the vice president at it used to be the BBVA, but it got brought over by PNC Finance Services. Okay, so these are considered two trustworthy careers. So now with this, you don't know what's gonna blow back with that. But again, it's like with somebody I saw looking through different things. Somebody was saying, well, you know what? Maybe they were having money problems and they wanted to try to get money. How like this recent Rudy Ferraris, how people were sending in money and things like that, But that's all an assumption.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's someone else's opinion. But if the parents,
that one's a little off.
Yep, but if the parents are hindering the information and the investigation and stuff like that, because normally you get the person back, the person's alive, you want to just get everything. And normally they always try to get you when it's fresh.
Yeah.
Versus, putting off.
She need to go to jail. That's what I'm saying. What you think?
When they
What do you think?
And then
does she need to go to jail or not? Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
And they
Do you
have to
remember
see
Sherry
how much
Papini?
the parents are
Okay. Do
involved.
you remember Sherry? I'm trying to go into something. Do you remember Sherry
I'm sorry.
Papini? Okay. Do you
I
remember
remember
her?
that name.
Okay,
Yep.
she's the female that lied, okay, about being abducted. Check this out. Remember, she got
Yes.
sentenced to 18 months, all right?
His appearance was sentenced to
Yep.
18 months in prison, more than double what prosecutors asked for. We're going to talk to Dan Abrams after this report from Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman in Sacramento. He's covered this story from the beginning. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. The judge calling a very tearful Sherry Papini a manipulator,
That's
and that
right.
stiff sentence ending a 6-year saga. But it also allowed for a trove of evidence used against her to be unsealed. That included images of the severe beating she inflicted on herself and a shocking video in which police finally confront her with the truth. Sherry Papini, the California mom who lied to authorities about being kidnapped and tortured, was sentenced to 18 months in prison Monday. And this morning, we're learning how her hoax slammed to a grinding halt in August of 2020.
We have everything that says that he said he told the truth.
In new video obtained by ABC News, we see for the first time the Shasta County Sheriff's investigators confront the woman they'd tenderly treated as a victim for the previous 4 years. Her husband in the room by her side, that's him in the blue shirt, as the officers confront Papini about her lies.
The reason why you can describe the room is because you stayed in the room in the dark for hours, for days on end. The reason why you lost so much weight is because you stopped eating. The reason why your nose was broke is because of a hockey stick.
In November of 2016, Sherry Papini vanished for 22 days. Then, on Thanksgiving morning, she materialized on a highway nearly 150 miles from home, a trucker stopping and calling 911 for her. That call heard for the first time this morning.
Hey, what's her name? You're chained up.
She's chained up?
She told authorities she'd been kidnapped by 2 Hispanic women. She claimed the women had beaten her, burned her, even branded her on her shoulder. Those injuries shown in these images obtained by ABC News. Police chase leads her Redding community in terror of traffickers that never existed.
No.
Wow. See how crazy it gets? See? Oh.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, see, that right there should not be no 18-month sentence. That should be at least 7 years. Okay, at least.
Yeah, because in that case, they started harassing the Hispanic community looking for these women because of the false charges. Yep.
No, but MSC, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. You remember? I forget the white woman, Susan Smith. Okay, she drowned the 2 kids. This was, I want to say, the 80s, the 90s. Okay,
Yep.
and it was 2 black men, and they arrested all of these guys and messed with the community, as you say. This has been happening. This has been going on. Okay,
for decades
since the riots. Okay, in the 18th century, they've been a lot of these things. A lot of the race riots were set off of a lie.
Yeah.
So that not to mention, for females getting assaulted, it doesn't matter what race you are. You should be protected, and when you have things like this, it dampers it down because you're always gonna, have in the back of your mind, oh, is this another hoax?
Yeah.
So that's where it becomes where it's very detrimental to the community. So things like this should definitely be relooked at as far as sentencing. These guidelines need to be changed up. Yeah, 18 months. Are you crazy? You know how much money they put in resources for these cases?
Yes. And especially like you said, that one was intense because it was 22 days, and this one was 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah, but even with this,
I'm sorry, 2 days. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You had members of the community that came from organizations. Like there was one, I think, it was a lady that her son got kidnapped before, never got found.
The daughter got kidnapped and was found. Yeah,
so
unalive.
It's like you're putting these people through more trauma. Like
exactly. Exactly. And that's why, like I said, when you first hear the parents, especially the mother, you can hear that mother's pain. So, there was so many they call them prayer bands. There was so many prayer bands, people coming out, and the community really, everybody jumped the wagon on this one. And, and now for this to come out like this, it's a step back, a large step back.
Yeah, well, I don't know about you, but I definitely think she's pulling a
And we
Justice
don't,
Smollett.
and again,
Justice Smollett.
the company is also talking about where she works at. They have they're deciding what they're going to do.
She's not working there no. You come on, MFC. I'll bet you $50 right now. I'll bet you $100 she ain't coming back there. You be working at McDonald's. They might even watch her there. She ain't gonna get that bathroom pass. You stealing toilet tissue, girl. What is in your mind? She probably
She doesn't realize. Yeah,
like Tyreek said, it's a different type of mentality. The whole, it's like
Yeah.
somebody robbing you, getting on camera, thinking because they put a mask on, little Pookie down the block ain't gonna get mad at you and snitch you out, just because.
Yeah.
So, and it's a lot of, you got to remember that also. You got to remember, I'm quite sure she has a lot of friends that hit that hotline and let the real deal out on her, her MO. Like, I think that girl lying. So,
but the other thing too is, remember, they was also looking for a silver car with a light colored person, a guy. So what happened if they started searching all the silver cars?
Well, they did. Come on now, they did. They did. That happens all the time when that's what makes it, that's like putting a prank call on somebody, and you can get them killed.
Yes.
Which there's a thing called SWAT. People do that a lot in the
game. Yeah, I was gonna say that, swatted. Yeah.
Watch you, and you have cops come. And next thing you might have a firearm just trying to protect your home, and now you're unalive. Because somebody wants to play a game on you. So that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why. But abduction is always, Amber Alerts. Come on, that's one of the most serious things.
Yes.
That could happen. As far as when they're looking for you.
It's true. It's true.
Like a bolo. That's I want to say that's even higher than a bolo. So
yeah,
you can't play around. And I think personally, I know it sounds bad, but she needs to get some work put in on her. Yeah, she goes in. Them girls in Alabama need to let her know, because that's one thing. Females in general, it's not even about a race thing. Just females in general don't have the protection. Don't have the protection. Not even close to what a man would have, for example. And to play around with that, that right there shouldn't be tolerated at all. That's why I said the sentencing definitely should be. If somebody needs to be made an example, she definitely needs to be made an example. Okay,
no,
give her a hot little 10 piece. Yeah. I think somebody will think 2-3 times before doing something stupid like that. Give her a nice little 10 piece with no record. Okay, yeah.
And this way,
people go to jail for less than that, and the harm that she's put in the community.
Yeah.
Shit, not to mention, girls, females are finally getting a step up as far as close to equality, and then to have something like this happen, and this is not like it's rare. Remember, we just pulled up, what happened with the Tawana Brawley case, and that's just because that publicized. There's a whole bunch of cases that weren't publicized.
Yeah.
So, in the Black and the brown community, for so many years, I've heard, there's no protection, and now all of a sudden you get it. That's why that flag, as Tyreek put out, where we also need to look at sometime plays are put in place for things like that, to give talking points to the other side, as they say. So, when things aren't allocated to you, now they could use that for an example. Hey, look what happened. We went, over and beyond.
Yeah.
So that's why, it's no mental.
They came out full force.
Saying it's a mental thing. Oh, maybe she, she's not just clout chasing. Maybe she was having a mental breakdown. It's no excuse.
But it's, as they would say, because even if they say they come out that way, they're going to say, well, wait a minute, it was premeditated because look at the searches she did.
Oh yeah. And she went on elaborate. Come on, now you're going to the side of the road. You're doing this elaborate thing where, she was clout chasing. She was definitely clout chasing.
I believe that she didn't. I believe that she didn't realize that that they were going to check as much as they did, and they, and it didn't go the way that she wanted it to go. But now it's coming out. So you know what? it's now we go to the next level and let's see what happens. But I want to say from Winning Cipher to thank everybody out there that helped, that was really truly concerned. You know, I truly believe that all the money that was donated, you know, because one person anonymously put $20,000, another person put $5,000, just for whereabouts. If you give them information to you know, get to a point where someone's arrested, then you get this money. That money should definitely be given back. Plus, I think it got up to 60-something thousand of other people donating stuff. You know,
yeah?
that should. Oh yeah, definitely. You know, so because you know, if people can't physically go, they say, well, at least let's give some money to help out with the funds to help for additional, you know, like additional officers or whatever the case is, for them to do whatever they have to do, you know. And yep, all that money should be given back. But like I said, from Winning Cipher, we want to say thank you for everybody out there that they prayed, they really cared, they took their time, they searched those woods, that whole community in that town, they came out just like that, no problem at all. Early that next morning, they was out there.
Yeah,
you know?
and they might not be the next time something really happens. That's the part people need to look at. But anyway, have a good day, everybody. It's a Thursday. Enjoy your time. We will be back a little bit later. Make sure you just check out the previews, like and subscribe. Have a good day. Enjoy your time here.
Dr. Jaws Imperial, Bomb Legacy. Shout out to all my friends at Eisenhower, and shout out to John Jalea and all my other friends, and all the other real people out there.
Knock out, baby. I'm on that top route. Count them out, they knocked out.
What?
I'm on that top route. Could count them out, they knocked out.
What? Killing it, illin' it like I'm dripping the swag. Not to brag, I'm so ahead of you. I'm all about that revenue. Smooth in your ear, suave and debonair. I'm up in here, so take notes and watch me sing, they boat. Who gives a care if you don't like me? Rest in peace, my cousin Mikey. I'm so lit, you wanna be like me in the future. Better have a down piece, my wifey. Sit the chaser, I'm so spicy. My whole lifestyle, stay pricey. As B, from Phoenix to Brooklyn, I keeps it cooking, good looking. Microphone 1, 2, check it, like the fuse, blow the bomb and be calm. See, I'ma set it, pump that super on, let it. I wrote these rhymes and then I said it, won't regret it. If you fake the moves, you getting deaded. I'm that young and on that mission, get that full nutrition. Keep them waiting, keep them wishing. I'm that star man, listen. I'm on that top route, count them out, they knocked out. I'm on that top route, count them out, they knocked out.
I got that He-Man, Hulk, Voltron flow. If you don't know, then see your big boy on tour. I got skills galore, perhaps you can tell from that roar. All official sharp like a Ginsu knife stunt, and you gon' pay that price. It's 4, 5, 6 on flight, and next roll I'm trips with it. You wishing you could get with it, but can't stand or sit with it. Them skills keep on coming while they kept running. We got no time for the nonsense. From Bronx to Bompton, Chirac to Bellevue, we tried to tell you, we smells you for what you is. I've been all about my biz. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Set it off, I let it off daily. Oh, you could get them bars rarely. Tap your roots like Alex Haley. You don't wanna get scary. To the bridge, baby, push my old school Mercedes. Much love to my ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the world. We stay doing it up. SB, the J-O-Z, bomb legacy. I'm on that top route, count them out, they knocked out.
What?
I'm on that top route, to count them out, they knocked out.
What?
I'm on that top route, to count them out, they knocked out.
What?
I'm on that top route, to count them out, they knocked out.
What? They gonna get knocked out on the first round, not even the second round.